everyone. We are coming to you live from Newegg Studios in Southern California. This is Newegg Now. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, and we're here every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, live on YouTube, Facebook, and all over Newegg.com.
Hey!
So on the show each week, we welcome guests into this studio to talk about the latest tech. We play some games.
We
We're
do.
gonna be playing a game today, and we share big deals that go live when the show starts and only last through the end of the day today or while supplies last.
Yes. Now on today's show, we're going to have Aaron from Corsair in the studio showing off their new all-in-one cooler and some of their great RGB lighting. And then Juan and I are going to take a trip to the Old West in Red Dead Redemption 2. And I know we're both super excited about that.
Very excited. I am very nervous about my ability to interact with people in the Old West, Red Dead Redemption.
You mean because your evil within might come out, or?
No, because my bumbling Keystone Cop is gonna come out. We spent a couple minutes on before the stream, and I accidentally shot like 5 people, which is a real bad luck.
That you did.
It was not my best moment.
But I mean, Arthur's a gangster, so.
Yeah, apparently.
He's getting in character.
This is the most bumbling, worst one ever. So before we get to anything else, let's talk about how you out there watching can save some serious cash today.
So you can find all of the limited time deals that we're going to talk about today on Newegg.com/NeweggNow. Go there, get the promo codes that you need, and then let us save you some money.
So we can start off with the MSI Radeon RX Vega 56 video card. This is a fantastic GPU option from AMD, and you can get it right now for $100 off.
Nice.
If you're looking to upgrade to a Vega, this is a great time to do it.
Definitely. And if that $100 discount wasn't enough, it also comes with 3 games, including Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is a great game that we played a few weeks ago, and I've been playing a ton of at home. It's fantastic. Strange Brigade, which is a pulpy 1930s themed horror action title, and then Star Control Origins, which is an epic space adventure. Pretty sweet way to test out your new GPU.
Totally. I am silly excited that part of Strange Brigade just popped up on my radar.
Okay, and what do you think of it?
I am way behind like the pulse of like what's the new hotness on outside the main titles and stuff. And
honestly, there are so many good games now. It's hard for people to keep up with everything, so that's totally fine.
So I'm minutes in.
Okay.
Like again, my experience right now in gaming is very broad but very shallow.
Cool.
It is such a fun vibe. Because it is like old school serial, like movie reels from way back in the day, like the old like Batman and Superman movie reels and stuff, and like they've completely nailed the design. It's like why I got so excited about like Cuphead, you know, that old school animation style. This is like old school film reel style. It is so funny. It's such an endearing way to get into a game, even for all of the gory, scary tropes that they're trying to employ. I like that they've got tongue firmly planted in cheek.
That's a pretty gleaming endorsement. I have not played it yet, so I will have to check it out. Like I was saying earlier, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and for as much as people will gripe about Assassin's Creed mechanics, and sometimes, you know, your character not doing things that you may want them to do. Right. I feel like they maybe took a page of some of the things that worked with things like Shadow of Mordor. And incorporated those into the assassin movement in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Plus, I love playing as Cassandra. Super fun. Romance, all the things.
Because we were talking before when we actually got to go hands-on during the show. I kind of left the Assassin's Creed universe a little early, and one of my gripes was control mechanics.
A lot of people feel that way, yeah.
I feel like it still feels like an Assassin's Creed game.
Totally.
Like it totally does, but I feel like my ability to predict what my character is going to do is much more refined than where we were years ago. And obviously, like I've skipped over a couple generations of Assassin's Creed, so I'm silly happy to see that has been addressed.
Super fun.
In this generation, yes.
Agreed. Also, talking about saving you monies for you small form factor enthusiasts, we also have the Intel Nook 8 discounted today. That tiny little PC is a VR capable gaming machine, and because it's bare bones, you can fill it with whatever hardware you want. We've talked about that PC a lot on the show because it's amazingly powerful for something that's that small, and it has a ton of display connectivity options. Right now, you can get it for $70 off, and not only is it discounted, but it also comes with 8 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance RAM, so all you'll need to add is storage and an operating system to be up and running.
Good times. And we've had a lot of fun with those Nooks. They are actually really fun machines to work with.
I know. I need one for my living room. Continue.
No, it makes like a great, okay, anyway, sorry.
I'm selling myself a Nook today. It's fine.
I love it. Usually I'm the one that's selling myself a bunch of stuff on the show. 2 weeks ago, RIP my wallet. So those are just a few of the special Newegg Now deals, all right? So those are our Newegg Now bucket. That's why you're watching the show, maybe, potentially. But if you're a hardware bargain hunter, today is going to get even better because today is November 1st. And that's the first day of Newegg's Black November.
Yes, you've heard of Black Friday before. This is Black November.
Whole month.
And it's Black November because Black Friday can't come soon enough. So Newegg is going to have special promotions running all month long on PC hardware, games, and gaming accessories, drones, smart home gear, and so much more. You're basically going to want to make Newegg.com/Black November your homepage for the rest of the month.
You think about it, you can't put like every deal into one day.
It's true.
You need like a whole month.
Yeah.
So I think we can throw it to, I have the Black November page up on my laptop right now. So if you want to switch over, we can take a look at some of the deals right there. I think immediately one of the first things, because I'm shopping a way to replace the Franken-build.
Right, of course. And you've been
old
amassing
case,
some components.
No, I have. So I sold myself on the show some RAM and a new M.2 drive.
Right.
One of the things that I'm really agonizing over is what my case strategy is going to be.
Okay.
And one of the things that we've got, like front and center, is a Fantex.
Yeah,
so
that
this
Fantex
is,
Evolve case.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull up our show right now. So let me just go ahead and
just
pause
go ahead
that
and
right
pause
now.
that.
I don't need to see me talking about me. That's terrible. But yeah, so so this was actually a case on my list of cases to consider.
Well, if you want to sell it to yourself today, you can save $30.
True story. Sorry, Marie. Then what else do we have? We've got.
That is a nice case, though.
It's a really clean-looking case, and this would be my first maybe glass window.
Ooh, a little tempered glass in your life. Do we have the G-Skill Ripjaws RAM?
So I've already invested in a bunch of RAM, but
Yeah.
if you need to invest in more RAM,
you can save $20.
That would be pretty sweet. And
On
the
the
sale
G-Skill Ripjaws
ends
RAM.
in 5 days. And it's on Monday.
Great.
But this is 2 by 8 gigabyte sticks of RAM. Some really fancy heat spreaders, looking really clean, really quick, really savvy, really snappy. So that would be a lot of fun too.
Okay, what else do we have on that Black November page?
That's the script for the show. Let's not stay there. If we scroll all the way down, if you're maybe shopping a laptop, Acer's hooking up some cool gear.
Yeah.
You do this Acer Aspire 7. It's $50 off.
Great.
Pretty decent. It's got a GTX 1050 GPU, a Core i7, 8750H.
Great.
It's a pretty decent mobile rig. You could do stuff with that rig. You could get it.
You could get it during Black November. That is true, Juan. But yeah, that's just a little sampling of some of the stuff that is on Newegg.com/Black November. If you want to check it out, new deals all month long.
All month long. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. I have to get back on my script because I was showing you my screen. I can't multitask. It's hilarious. So
you're doing great.
We're gonna be I'm doing it live. We're gonna be joined by Corsair in just a few minutes. But while we have the HDMI cord hooked up to my computer here, I think we also need to talk about, in the world of pop culture.
Oh my goodness!
Last week, you were kind enough to break down some cosplay, some of the differences between like makeup and like film
costume
and fans
versus cosplay. Sure.
And so what we have here is the first look at how do you say, is it Henry Cavill or Henry Cavill?
I say Cavill, but
I say
I'm
Cavill.
probably
Okay.
wrong.
No. Because if we're wrong,
I
we're
said
going to
Gal Gadot forever, and it's Gadot. I'm wrong a lot.
But we'll be wrong together. No, it just makes me happy because that's how I say it too. Henry Cavill, The Witcher.
As Geralt in The Witcher.
This is just some test footage.
It's not great. I'll be perfectly honest. Hot take here from Trish. He looks like Superman with a Geralt wig.
Yeah.
It's not awesome.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to get that, just kind of, we can play some of that right there too. I think I've got my audio muted.
Okay.
As he walks into the frame.
I want it to be, here's my thing with Henry Cavill.
He's so pretty.
Every time he's on screen, I want it to be better.
Oh, no.
Every time, come on. I don't blame it on him. Let me just say, I don't blame it on him, but maybe I'm just making excuses for him at this point.
Maybe.
Because I'm like, no, it's the writing. He's got horrible writing. Maybe it's the direction. Like for this, granted, this is just a test
footage.
It's just a test. So maybe the makeup person was out that day. You know, like I want him to be a little more gritty as my Geralt. Now that being said, this is younger in his storyline, so maybe he has not acquired his iconic scar yet.
Maybe it's the story of how he gets his
A little facial hair would help. Like, grit him up a little for me. He's too pretty.
I feel he looks like Lord of the Rings elvish pretty.
Yes, so we have a question in our script that said we can talk about, are there any good examples of that kind of hair working on screen? And the first thing that came to mind for me was Thranduil.
Yeah.
From Lord of the Rings. Lee Pace made it look good.
You definitely are, like, I feel like we share that, the Lee Pace crush.
Oh, I have a hardcore Lee Pace crush. He's amazing.
I'm man crush on Lee Pace hard.
I got to red carpet for Desolation of Smaug, like red carpet interviews, and Lee Pace came by, and I just like froze. Because he's amazing. He's amazing. He's an amazing actor.
The Fall, Pushing Daisies, it's all good.
He's an amazing Thranduil. But anyway, that's when that hair worked. To answer your question,
I mean, no love. I mean, the Newegg Ninjas put it in the script. No love for Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Nothing. No.
He does kind of look like Raiden from Mortal Kombat. That's funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
That's funny. He does kind of good call, guys.
Good call.
Good
call back. That's
right.
Awesome. The Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
films.
Kombat, Raiden, yes. Okay, so let's get back to some hardware. We're going to be back in just a minute for a look at some cool new tech from Corsair.
Literally
Stay tuned.
cool.
Okay.
Hey, look at
Apparently
this.
we're back now. I needed to
quick.
highlight some folks in chat on the Geralt conversation because
Yes.
I'm dying. Fat Produce says Henry Cavill's test footage looks like he's in a shampoo commercial. I agree.
A really dark shampoo commercial.
Right. Based SM says tell Netflix to get away from video games. I would agree with you, except for Castlevania is awesome.
Yeah.
Have you seen Castlevania doing real nice things?
Got picked up for another season. Very excited about Castlevania getting picked up for another season.
Yep. So thank you guys for weighing in. Sometimes I just like to go to chat to show that we are indeed a live show. We are
We're gonna
doing
hold
it
up
live.
a copy of the newspaper from today.
I know,
Just
right?
It's a hostage.
Right.
Negotiation.
So thank you guys for being here live with us. If you at home are a PC builder or a PC gamer, then you already know the brand
You know
Corsair.
Corsair.
They're one of the top names in the business when it comes to memory, gaming peripherals, RGB lighting, and a whole lot of other stuff. Here with us today to share the latest and greatest from Corsair, we have Aaron. Welcome, Aaron.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining the show. So can just to start off, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at Corsair?
So I run the DIY product management group. We are a dedicated group of people who try and figure out what the market wants and bring that product to market so that we can get cool new products, the cases, power supplies, coolers, fans, the fan and lighting control. That's all part of what we do every day.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, I know we have a ton that we want to cover today.
Yeah, we want to jump in.
But to start things off, you have a new all-in-one cooler to show us, right?
We absolutely do. So today we launched the Platinum Series coolers. It's the H100i RGB Platinum and the H115i RGB Platinum coolers. So we actually had the Pro Series already on the market, and the Platinum is a new variation of that. So improved performance, more RGB lighting, a little bit more higher end features as far as the fans and the pump head are concerned. So not only does it look a little bit better, so we have actually brushed aluminum here now, and we have the rubber corners on the fan, so there's a little bit of noise isolation. We also have the changeable color caps, so if you want to customize it for your system. There's also improved performance and more RGB on it.
Nice.
Very cool.
When you say like improved performance, how does that line up against the previous Pro generation?
So the Pro platform is really looked at as from a quiet performance standpoint. So we were really going to give people what they needed for the majority of the usage scenario of what people actually do. You know, playing games, browsing the web, you know, doing a little bit of work here and there that's CPU intensive. And so the fans were kind of tuned to operate in that range. Now these do the same thing, but they have a higher operating range for the fans themselves.
Okay.
And the pump head itself there's new pump design, new cold plate design, we'll tweak the radiator design. So part to part, it's just a better performing part as well. So with the core count wars that are going on these days.
We were talking about that a little before the show.
A little bit of increased TDP from everything in the system, it helps to have a little bit better performance, and it's a generational jump. And so those reviews should be live today, so anyone who wants to go see it, the mainstream media is out there so they can go get that and they don't have to trust us.
Cool.
You don't have to take our word for it.
That's right.
So is that Corsair's sort of general approach to cooling in general? Like how Corsair sees their role in the sort of greater PC building space, facilitating that part of the...
Yeah, for the cooling performance, I mean, everything, we've always tried to do a generational leap. And it's something that, you know, you need a better product to replace the one that you had before it.
Right.
And so that's what this is. So both of them have their place in the market and what you're trying to do with it. You know, if you want
I mean,
all
like
that
moving air through a case, it's not like it's suddenly obsolete.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
it's not going to change, but with today's higher TDP parts, the CPUs are starting to move a little bit back up. The core wars are going on, so there's a lot more heat. GPUs are moving back up instead of down.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more heat being generated, and you need to get it in and out of the case as efficiently as possible. And that's our goal when we design the products.
Cool.
Nice.
Now, when we look at the current state of the PC cooling market, how does Corsair see things right now? Like, what is Corsair's current view of the PC cooling market?
So it continues to grow. More and more people are more comfortable with putting water on a PC.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, it was like, don't do that. You're crazy. Why would you ever put water next to any electronics? But we've been selling these since 2006, 2007 now. And we've just proven that it does mix.
Yeah.
You can do this. It is safe. Your house will not burn down because of this.
You're not going to let the magic smoke out of your box.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it is more efficient than air. Water will get heat away from the CPU faster, and it gets it to a point where you can get it out of the case faster as well. With air cooling, you know, you're putting it right on the CPU, you're kind of recirculating that almost back in. But with all-in-one coolers, you're taking that radiator and you're mounting it to a point in the chassis where you can exhaust it directly out. You know, you can put it in the front as well and bring it in and get that air out, but it's more efficient if you use it as an exhaust, get that hot air out of the case so it's not recirculating inside of the case.
Well, and we were talking before the show, I mean, we were kind of joking about that, but too, I think we've seen just the dramatic change over the last couple of years where it's not even just the core war. When you were designing like the original H100s, you know, and trying to get those into the hands of the consumer, we weren't anticipating die sizes
That are this large.
that are this
Right.
large. I mean, you know, the first time we held a Threadripper here on the show, and like it's the size of I have, you know, relatively petite hands, but dang.
It's bigger than a credit
Huge.
card.
Yeah, that's definitely, I'm sure that wasn't an original concern when you were looking at that. How has that affected Corsair's design? I mean, do you try to plan ahead for what might be, you know, like
We do.
a
I mean,
triple
we
slot socket at some point?
We work with AMD and Intel. We see their roadmaps. We kind of see where they're going. Obviously, we don't have details about it.
Right.
But we work with them in order to try and get to a point where, hey, guys, you know, they'll let us know up front, hey, we're probably going to be a little bit higher on TDP. You kind of need to think about what this cooling solution is going to be in the future.
Nice.
And we definitely take that into account because from the cold plate standpoint, you really want to be able to cover that core area. And that's something that we have had to address as we move the fins inside to a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger over
and
time.
from the high-end enthusiast space too, where that fad of delidding was taken off because of the manufacturer's concerns there, I'm sure you have to weigh the thermal solutions against what your customers are going to be doing with these products too.
And when they start doing that, just because some of the thermal transfer material used wasn't great,
it makes your job harder.
it makes my job harder because that heat's not getting into the IHS as fast as you'd want it to.
Right.
So getting that heat away, you'd see the core temperatures kind of spike a little bit before it centralized and it got back to a stable plateau. But nowadays, they're changing. That's great. It's awesome. You get that heat out a little bit faster. You won't see things ramp quite so quickly when you start something heavily CPU intensive from the beginning.
Nice.
Can you speak a little bit to some of the differences for people that might not know, or kind of how Corsair sees the differences between all-in-ones versus air coolers versus custom tubing?
So air cooling's great. It's been around forever. The all-in-one cooling kind of took off and continues to grow. Open loop has always been there. It's been a great thing where someone can do an individual thing. You get to pick your own parts, you get to build it. It's part of what people love to do when they build open loop, and it's one of the reasons they do it, because it's about picking their individual parts, customizing it, and making it their own. Obviously, that's a great way to go if you want to spend the time and investment to do that. And it's something that even us, you know, we've been looking at it for a while, and we'll probably be there soon. But you know, it's still.
Is that a tease? Is that like a?
We've had a teaser on our website for like 2 months now.
Okay.
So
no insider info.
Not a Newegg exclusive.
we'll be there soon. But all-in-one cooling's still going to be there. It's ease of use. You know, you pull it out of the box, you can install it. If you can install an air cooler, you can do the all-in-one cooling really quickly. There's only a few more steps involved in the process. Open loop cooling, we're trying to make it just as easy, but you're going to be connecting your own tubing, which is a little bit different. You're going to fill it on your own, so there is going to be more steps involved. But there's things that you can do to make it easier so more people can get into that. Because once you've had the all-in-one cooling for a while, you're used to water, you want something a little bit more. Yeah. We can give you something a little bit more.
And in that DIY space, though, as you've been sort of fielding the concerns from gamers and enthusiasts, it's not just that all-in-one coolers have sort of stayed static. We're still trying to address some of those enthusiast and customization concerns too. You were mentioning like there's more RGB going on. You can change some of the plugs too. Obviously, that has to have been a part of the design consideration, not just how efficiently it can move heat out of your system.
Yes, aesthetics matter, and people want the ability to customize something, and that's where our software comes into play. That's where, you know, having the tie-in to the memory and the case and the fans and everything else comes together, because everything is one. So you can buy the cooler, buy the memory, buy the case fans and the case, and just, you know, click a few buttons and everything's synced together. Right. You don't have to go through multiple sets of software or multiple setup points in order to get the look you're going for. And with the profiles that we have in our software, even if someone else makes a profile, you can still load that and use that, which has been great for the HID products, because you get cool things like Pac-Man and lightsaber fights.
Totally.
Stuff that, you know, is awesome, because you can just load that in there, load it into your system, and have that run.
Very cool.
So can you real quickly just detail what's the MSRP? What is this going to start
So for the H100i, which is the 240 version, it's going to be at $139. And then we have the 280 version, which is going to be at $169.
Nice.
Cool. And now, aside from this cooler, you also brought this awesome PC to show off more of what Corsair has to offer. Please talk us through this build.
So we launched this case this year. It's actually called the 500D. This is an extension of our Obsidian product line. It's got the aluminum front and aluminum top panels. It's very subtle kind of look, but it does perform very well. So we have the room for the three 120s up front, which you can see with the RGB fans from the front, but we also have room for a 240 and 280 on top. Nice. And that 280 on top is the nice part, because you can actually take one of the H115i Platinum, mount it on the top as an exhaust, and have it in there and still have clearance for a very tall Vengeance Pro RGB memory, so that there's no overlap. It's very easy to get stuff in and out. We have the power supply shroud here for that, and a little bit more room if you want to do custom loop cooling. There's mount points for reservoirs, pumps, and then you can put the rads in the front and the top, and then you actually have space on the rear for a 120 as well. But a 360 rad in the front and a 240 on top, you'd get dual rads into the system, and you'd be able to cool almost anything. So
because in this build right now, we're rocking a Threadripper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing. So the Platinum Series supports Threadripper out of the box. Nice. So the improved performance and the brackets in the box mean if you do go the Threadripper route, you don't have to get any extra brackets. It's right there in the box.
That's excellent.
So pumping out a lot of heat on that. We have our HX series power supply in here, which is a platinum part. It works out very well. And then there's actually a RX Vega in here as well, which I saw you guys had some deals on as well today. So somewhat not planned, but it works out.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's all Team AMD. So
Yeah.
it's all Team Red build. So,
Right.
But you were even just mentioning too some of the more recent design considerations. My Franken build, which we showed off on the show a while back, is woefully out of date for the current trend of PC cases. But even talking about the engineering at the top of this to give yourself clearance for things.
Absolutely,
like
it's just
ramming
extending the
cooling.
height a little bit, and yes, it makes the overall dimension slightly larger, but you absolutely, you don't have to offset the radiator in order to clear the memory.
It's like you've seen inside my case.
Still, a lot of people have that. Since we sell the Dominator memory modules, which are a little bit taller than most,
taller,
which
yeah.
did the whole thing, you know, we learned very quickly what we could and couldn't do as far as actually building out a system. And that's one of the great things about having cases and memory and cooling and fans is we have people doing these builds all the time, and we're enthusiasts ourselves. We build our own systems, we upgrade, and it's fixing the little issues, the attention to detail that makes the products that much better for our end users to build in.
Yeah, no, when it comes to the cable management in this build too, the individually sleeved cable kit that's in there is Corsair as well, right?
Yes, so we have our own individually sleeved cable kits. The nice things about these are they're a little bit more flexible sometimes than the standard cables that come with it, especially coming off the motherboard. The majority of the time you're doing a 90-degree bend right out the back. So it's nicer to be able to have that, and you actually get the aesthetics behind it. You can do colors, so because there's black, red, blue, white. Then you do the mixed colors that look really nice because you have white, black, red, black, blue, black. Right. You can match it to anything you want to do. So, when you want to do the color themes in your system, you can just go ahead and pick whatever that is, throw it in the system, and then you have something else that makes it your own.
And it's all going to line up.
Now, speaking of the color schemes, the Corsair RGB LED Lighting Pro Expansion Kit.
Beat me to it.
That's rocking in this build as well, right?
Yes, so we actually have the Commander Pro in here, which actually is a fan controller and a lighting controller.
Great.
We also have another one that's just a lighting controller, the Lighting Node Pro, and then we have RGB strips. They're actually in here, you can put them around. And this will all tie in back to your other parts that you're doing inside of the system. So with all of the color combinations that you can do, we continually add new profiles as far as what lighting can do because we have new options, we have more lights, what can we do? Right. And we have people who actually just do lighting profiles and what are we doing that's cool that can add something to it because the integration with Far Cry 5 was really cool because it's something that made a visible difference like in a game you were playing because it's all about immersion at that point in time.
Totally.
You're actually getting into it, there's a reaction to what you're doing. And so with our system, you can actually tie it to a temperature or tie it to what a program's doing. So you can do things that if you're encoding, it gets done, flashes red or something, something like that. But at the same time, if there's a temperature thing, if something starts to get a little hot, you can change the lighting based on that. And if you're playing a game, you can change it based on the game you're playing, which is a nice tie-in because it's not just lights. There's some functional benefit behind it.
It's not just about making it pretty. Can you actually show us? We've got this hooked up, and I think we've got it connected to the external video out.
Hopefully.
We're talking about IQ.
Yes.
Yeah.
So IQ, from a standpoint, is our centralized location for controlling all the lighting, fans, and everything else, including our power supplies. Some of the cool things that we have is actually a dashboard, which is a quick view into everything inside of your system that we can look at. So you get temps, you get fan speeds, nice. You can see kind of what our system configuration is.
Great.
But one of the things that we get asked a lot, people say, oh, I don't like RGB, why is it all that RGB? The first thing at the top is instant lighting, and you can instantly turn it all off. So one button,
there you go.
You don't even have to have it. It can just run. Now, however, with instant lighting, you can also just set a single color. And for a lot of people, it's just about that, the color customization. They want something quick. They want something easy. It's a one button click. It sets your entire system to a single color. And that's really a helpful feature for people who don't want to spend the time doing all the stuff.
Right.
It's just quick and easy. Now, if you actually go into one of the devices, you can go into a lighting effects, and we'll disable the instant lighting. But you have basically a lighting link. And this is something that is, IQ dependent. So you're going to do this to everything you're running. So it will change everything in there. So you're going to, the mouse mat, the keyboard, the mice, everything inside. If you have the monitor stand, it will do the same thing.
Nice.
So everything that's tied in together, you can just go in and select one device and it will change everything in the system. And that's the power of IQ. And that's something where it's Corsair plus Corsair. When you tie all this stuff together, it's one software and you can just do whatever you want very easily. Now, you can also go in and do something very powerful in the fact that using IQ, you can actually select specific LEDs. So you can actually go in and do per LED
That's crazy.
and do a specific thing on just that. And you can create layers upon layers upon layers of this custom lighting, which is really nice. But in the end, if you just use instant lighting and do this, it's a lot easier. So.
Does IQ have the ability for specific gamer profiles?
Yes, you can tie it to an EXE. So
Okay.
you can do
okay.
a specific game if
Great.
you want to do it.
Yeah.
And that way, if you want the lights off on something or if you want lights on for something else, you can easily do that. So when you launch the executive, it'll just
Cool.
go from there.
Yeah, because I really want that tied to my video rendering software too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that live demonstration. It's always fun when we can
Yeah.
do it right here on the show to show everybody what it's capable of. Where do you see the world of PC building going forward from here? And what role do you see Corsair playing in that future?
So I love the fact that esports is gaining so much popularity. I visited my nieces and nephews last night for Halloween, and my nephew did not leave his room.
Okay.
He was on there the whole time. And the thing is, now people are playing more and more. There's more good games out there. There's great titles out there. People are treating it, like NBA, NFL.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of thousands of people who, want to get in on this because they love watching the games and playing the games themselves. And so more and more people are getting brought into the esports and playing competitively and seeing that is a real thing. It's not like something someone made up,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. So more people are getting into PC building because they're playing more competitively, they're seeing more stuff, they're seeing that there's options out there, and that there's a lot more stuff that they can do just by building their own or even buying a high-end gaming PC. So Corsair itself, we've seen that, even if you don't want to build, maybe you want to buy, but you want something a little bit more customizable. So we actually had the Corsair One systems that we came out with,
Right.
that were, small form factor, sat on your desktop, very powerful. And now we're actually going to be doing a little bit more on top of that shortly.
Okay.
But it's something so that, if you don't want to build, you can still buy. And you can still play all those, AAA titles. And you can still do that. And you'll have a little bit more configuration as far as what you want and how it looks. And it's something that looks a little bit more custom. It's not just a simple black box.
How customizable are those configurations?
So the ones that there are specific SKUs or parts. So you can't actually go in and do the drop-down menu and pick, I want this, I want that. But there are multiple variants available with different level of components in it. So, and you'll see a lot more of that from us over the next few months as we expand that out as well. So,
Well, and since you guys are sort of instrumental in helping sort of execute these standards, it's all built on fans aren't going to be funky proprietary solutions. You'll be able to pop them out and stuff like that.
and that's one of the things that we try to stick to is we don't want to do proprietary.
Right.
If you want to swap something out, you should be able to swap it out. That's your choice. And we just hope you swap it out with something from Corsair.
But
we know that the people have choices, and that's, competition is great. We love competition in the marketplace. So more people are going to be building. There's going to be more options, and people are going to be able to customize to what they want a lot easier. So if you want something simple and straightforward, you can get that. If you want something over the top,
you
can
can
get
go
that
there.
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can always find something in the middle.
So we've had a couple fun teases. What's coming, what's new. Is there anything that you can share directly, new upcoming products, or like maybe that keyboard or something? I don't know. Wink, nudge.
Somewhat low profile. I don't know. This K70 Mark II low profile. This is actually a cool new product. Uses a lot of things from the K70, borrows some stuff from K95. Some of the stuff that I love because it's functionally useful is the volume scroll wheel.
Yeah, I love
which
that.
is so easy to use. So the low profile switches, these are Cherry MX switches, RGB. They have low profile, and the ones we're using are the speed switches. Okay. So it's the shortest actuation that's out there. It's a 1 millimeter of actuation travel. It's the fastest switch out there. The keys themselves are much more slim, just a lower profile look if people like the look. But it's about performance and having an option out there for people who want it. So I've used Red's speed switches, the silent switches, which I'm happy with silent switches in an office workplace.
Yeah, in an office, like we've been saying it because in our home offices, it's like I want clack.
Yeah, I want it as loud
but
as
not
possible.
when I'm around other people.
When there's 60 people all using the same keyboard.
An angry nest of hornets.
But so the RGB is there, the aluminum trim, the RGB on top. It's all something that comes into these keyboards, and we try and keep that rolling, and we have iterations that are a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. So nice. We have onboard storage now, so you can actually store your profile on it and take it with you.
Great.
If you do move around a little bit.
Awesome.
Still fully software controlled into per key lighting, so you can get your Pac-Man, you can get your lightsaber battle. It's all on
That's
there.
awesome.
You can do your flags, fireworks for 4th of July. Whatever you want.
Whatever does it for you.
Whatever you want, you got it.
Excellent.
Okay,
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming by today.
No
and
problem.
For bringing,
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, and thank you so much for bringing all of this
I owe you to get
colorful tech
props.
with you.
Yeah, definity.
So we'll have to have you back on the show soon.
Excellent.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
guys very much.
Yeah,
Excellent.
thank you,
Thank
Aaron.
you. All right.
Awesome.
So, if you out there are looking to put together your own beautiful Corsair build, you've come to the right place because we've got a ton of Corsair products discounted right now on Newegg.com/Newegg Now,
Yes.
like the lovely carbide case for less than $90 and the RM650X power supply for $10 off.
We also have the Corsair Hydra Series H100i Pro CPU cooler for $15 off, and everything you need to light up your build and keep it cool with a fan controller
cool.
and RGB fans, all discounted, of course, for Newegg Now.
Keep it cool and keep it looking cool. Cool.
Yeah.
It's a very versatile word. You can use it a couple different ways.
I think if you
cornball
watch
enough?
this show and maybe take a drink of water, of course, every time that we say cool,
Cool.
you would be very hydrated.
It's cool.
Corsair makes a lot of great hardware, as you guys just saw today in this interview, but they also make killer peripherals. So when your build is done, you're definitely going to want to pick up a keyboard and mouse, like
Totally.
the very popular K95 RGB Platinum with Cherry MX speed switches, which we have for a full $55 off.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a mouse, we have the awesome Glaive gaming mouse for $25 off, along with the Polaris RGB mouse pad for $20 off. It's a full high-end Corsair mouse and keyboard and mouse pad setup, and all of it's discounted.
Very cool.
And last up from Corsair, we have the HS70 wireless gaming headset with virtual 7.1 surround sound. Great deal on a super comfy wireless headset with 50 millimeter neodymium. I always garble that word. Neodymium speaker drivers for less than $75.
So if you've been wanting to pick up anything Corsair,
Anything.
check out that Newegg Now page and get it while you still can. Remember that these deals only last until the end of the day or while supplies last.
True.
Don't wait too long or you might miss your shot, which happens to us sometimes when we sell ourselves things on the show but can't purchase until after the show.
A couple times,
unfortunately.
and it makes me sad.
Yep.
So, all right, let's get away from computers and technology for a few minutes.
Say what?
I know, sort of a little turn.
Okay, let's do it.
Because we're gonna go back in time. Again, it feels like we just went back in time with Assassin's Creed a few weeks ago. So let's do that, but we're not gonna go quite so far back.
Okay.
We're not gonna go to like ancient times.
No, we're gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm being told right now, before
Let's
we
just roll
talk any more about the game
roll the trailer.
or play it at all, we're going to show you
do
guys
the
the
thing.
trailer in case you don't know what Red Dead Redemption 2
If
is.
you
Here
missed
you go.
Let's take a look.
One more big score. We got enough money to leave. What do you think?
Nothing means more to me than this game. I would kill for it, I would happily die for it. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Trust me, Arthur. Just one more.
And there's always a goddamn trade.
I don't want to kill all these folk, Dutch. Just you.
What about loyalty?
Loyal to what matters.
Do as you're goddamn told.
It is us or him.
Red Dead Redemption 2, coming October 26th, rated M for mature.
So everyone has been talking about Red Dead
Everybody.
Redemption 2, and for good reason. It's one of the biggest games of the year, and it's getting like all 9s and 10s from just about every game reviewer out there, including our very own Game Crate.
Yes.
It's getting tons of praise for story and its looks, and us PC-first gamers are just keeping our fingers crossed, you know, hoping to get a PC version of the game that's just as good as GTA 5's PC version has been.
It would be nice. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, especially since we do a show about, we just did like crazy PC build.
Yes.
and
You know that's my pet peeve on
Would
this
be.
show, that we talk about PC gaming and building custom rigs for PC gaming,
And then Spider-Man.
and then we play everything on the
and
PlayStation.
God of War.
I get it, exclusive.
And Red
Sony's
Dead.
got them, I understand. Bring it to PC, please, eventually, for me.
Cross a bone.
So what is your Rockstar experience, Juan?
I was super into GTA
Okay.
circa like Vice City. And kind of like what happened to me with Assassin's Creed. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I've experienced this. I'm gonna take a step back. And then Red Dead Redemption 1 came out.
Okay.
And I got about halfway through that game, and then other things just kind of, other life things happened, and I never
Yep.
really went back to finish it. And so I
Okay.
always have those concerns about some of these open world games that have, so they sort of occupy an entire season of television.
Oh, 100%.
But
Or more, way more sometimes.
You know that that's an amazing gaming experience.
Yes.
Just whether or not I can actually last is always kind of a challenge
Mm-hmm.
for me personally. How do you? Because I mean, you're going through Assassin's Creed and everything right now too.
Yes.
How do you cope with multiple games that demand that kind of time? investment?
As much as I am a completionist at heart, I am also very objective driven. So in these open world, just like have fun in the world type of games, I cannot help but need to complete objectives and
Yeah.
further the story. It's just who I am. So normally, once I've completed the story, the main story of a game like this, I will not play around very long in the world after, because the way that my mind works at that point, I'm like, all right,
done.
checked it off, moving on. New games, lots of cool games.
Well, and because you're streaming too. I mean, like you have an audience, you want to be able to stay current with new titles and stuff coming out too.
Yeah, I feel like unless you're streaming 40 plus hours a week, I feel like it would be so hard to keep up with all the new titles, which is a great problem to have.
That's
we
a
are
very
living
good
in a
problem to
golden
have.
age of gaming.
Yeah, we are.
So you just kind of have to pick and choose the experiences that I think you will like the most. Like, I mean, if I'm on a plane right now, I'm still running through Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You know, like you can just sink so much time into any of these games. So it just depends if you want to live in ancient Greece, if you want to play in the Wild Wild West, you know, whatever it is, Hyrule, whatever it is that gets you going.
I'm still working on my tech tree in Forged Battalion. It's so slow. I'm so slow.
That's okay. Good gaming experiences. So with that being said, do you want to start us off in Red Dead?
I'm going to say, I'm going to hand the wheel over to you. I am so bad.
Okay.
It was, everyone in the studio was laughing at me when we showed up to the auction, and I just started shooting at
You
people.
just accidentally murdered
It
everyone.
was so sad.
You murder-balled it.
So I figure for the live stream, I'm going to turn the wheel over to you. I feel like this will be a
I
better...
figure if I start, you'll never get to play. So please promise me that you will interrupt me and take the
to jump in.
controller at some point.
But I'm also hoping you'll drop us like a really solid F-bomb. So...
I'm gonna try real hard not to. I'm sorry
Let's
in
do this.
advance if it happens. This game in particular, I'm kind of a potty mouth. I'm a gangster, you know, just getting into spirit.
Truth. Belief. So
Okay.
we can feel people in right now. So there's a bounty out for you because I shot a bunch of people.
You did.
But
But then I made this friend who I am supposed to follow. This is a new horse for me, so I'm sorry he's going so slow. This friend was just like, hey, get this new horse and we'll sell your old horse that you don't like very much, but you got to follow me. So that's what's going on right now.
And I kind of feel like from God of War on, I've been repeating myself a lot, but I have been consistently impressed with this crop of games that are finally extracting the kind of graphics capabilities that this console generation promised.
Yeah. I mean, this game absolutely looks stunning, for sure. It's a huge open world. There's a lot of things that this game has done that are pushing the boundaries of what games can do, for sure. The voice acting's really strong in this. Have you seen any of the conversation around the HDR?
You were bringing that up. I was trying to pull up some notes on that as we were getting ready and getting prepped for the show.
I think I read an article on Engadget about it this morning.
So I mean, what do we call it? Do we say that the claim is that it's like a faux HDR? Because the lighting
That's kind of what some people are saying.
Color effects look good. The dynamic range looks good. I would have to wonder at what point are we
just being too nitpicky?
Are we splitting hairs? Yeah.
It's a lot of the same conversation that went around the Xbox port of Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember some of that. So you have some people saying, you know, this game looks better SDR for me, and then other people that are wildly in disagreement, saying, no, it's beautiful just the way it is.
Really? People don't agree and they fight each other on the internet?
On the internet?
Oh, for shame. No,
I can calm my horse.
I actually have been, again, like from Spider-Man, swinging around New York. Looked amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Assassin's Creed feels amazing. Red Dead Redemption 2, this looks and it feels amazing. And has just been yet another data point on the bang for buck in terms of entertainment value. Mm-hmm. If I were the type to play an entire season of television, it's here. Like, what is the main campaign timeline look like on something like Red Dead 2? Because you have like tens and tens and tens of hours of actual story and gameplay to chew through.
Okay, so he just said take your horse into the stable.
How can I help you?
You have a sweet mustache, sir.
For a new horse? Something strong and fast? Well, you're in the right place. I got some beauties in at the moment.
Do you now?
Yeah. What about this one here?
I'm gonna sell her to you, right? Isn't that the plan?
I show you.
Oh, we gotta haggle though.
You got papers?
That's right.
Poker face.
No papers.
No papers.
That's gonna affect what I can pay. But your luck's in. I got a fella who's been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while.
Okay.
Pay a good price. Otherwise, I can always stable him here.
What do you
for
think about some of the criticisms that
Take a
the
look.
game pacing on this takes too long? I kind of feel like
You know, as someone that's really narrative driven when I play games, that's not usually a problem for me.
Right.
But I understand if you're like, I just want to mess around in this open world. Like, shut up, story. I just want to do my own thing. I could see you probably getting frustrated. And it was interesting to me earlier when you were like, this game feels really good. I have not played this enough to be completely used to the control mechanics.
oh no, I'm
just
terrible
yet.
at them. I was just trying to do something simple like, well, how do I just sight? And yeah, I pulled out my pistol and just started like
and just started
unloading.
murderballing everyone.
It was pretty
Okay,
cool.
so we got info on this is the horse that I am planning on selling. I have the option to sell right now or stable. What happens in stable? Can I see something else? Okay. We've got Morgan is a cheapy horse. Who else do we have? The American Standard Bred.
Oh, I do not like that horse's eyes.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
And the Dutch Warm Blood.
Oh, interesting.
Buy the horse for $450. We don't have $450.
What do we-
I think we only have like $5.
I thought we had. Do we have 15? Do we have? Is that what we
Let's
have?
see.
Or is it that because we're selling our horse, we can buy a 15?
Oh, okay. So let's go. Let me go back, if it'll let me.
It's not.
Yeah, I think I got to go back and sell that horse. I don't know that it's gonna let me at this point. You cannot afford this horse. The only horse I can afford is the cheapy one right now.
I guess we just got to
So
go
let's. Do I have to? Can I not go back and sell the horse now? Maybe I missed that opportunity when I went to the stable.
We'll have 2 horses.
Okay. Just buy that one. All right, I'm just buying that one. Cheap horse.
My
horse is a great name.
I like that name.
Perfect. Okay.
Good old
I bought
my
that.
horse.
Manage owned horses. Yes, let's try to sell the other horse. Unavailable this time. That's great. Buy horses unavailable this time. Tack and services or horse provisions.
Huh.
So I really lost my opportunity to sell that horse, apparently.
Just like in the real Wild West.
There you go. Tack and services, horse appearance, upgrade, and service options. Well, at least I can change the appearance if I want to. Let's see. Saddles.
But can we? Because I think we have $0 now.
We do have $0. So let's just go back, I guess.
Say, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, unavailable at this time. Okay, great.
All right, partner. You got
So
yourself
I think
a
this
deal.
is one of the things
And
that
a fine
did
new horse.
start to
So,
kind of burn me out on Red Dead 1.
good animals.
There's something to really appreciate about granular gameplay that kind of gets you into that world. Then there's also something where I have a hard time with so many mixed genres. You know, resource management, crafting, open world exploration. And because I kind of feel like I'll never really get to everything, I start to taper off at a certain point
Right.
with the story.
I know he's gonna look after
I get
you
that.
just fine.
You want to accomplish everything.
And when you know you kind of can't.
Right, then it can be a little disheartening if that's who you are normally as a player.
Right.
Not that much.
Wow. Okay, well, we have a horrible horse. And see, this is one of the things that is frustrating to me in a game like this, is that I wanted to look at all my options. And because I wanted to look at all my options, then I lost the opportunity to maximize what I needed to do.
Because I also wonder, like, the horse that we just traded, like, should we have just kept that horse?
Yes, 100%, I think. Hey, get back here.
Now we're about to lose our...
Yeah, so now we're starting at level 1, figuring out this horse. And I'm going to have to bond with him and make sure.
Something tells me that as a...
Or bond with her. I'm sorry, it's a female horse.
Something tells me as, like, the Game Crate Newegg editors continue to play, this horse will not be held on to for
No,
very long.
I don't think so either. Like, it actually, it makes me wonder if I went back into the stable now, if I could take another stab at it. All right, so we're following this guy. So yeah, Juan, why don't you tell everybody what happened when you were playing this game right before the show?
So we had to go to the animal auctions.
Yes.
With the assistance of Newegg Ninja Wes.
Okay.
We together, the two of us, mostly him, did kill a wolf.
I like that
We
you're
had
dragging Wes into this with
We
you.
had a wolf pelt and a wolf carcass ready
Okay.
ready to be dealt with. And so we go to this animal auction, and he was talking me through, like some of the fighting mechanics, some of the shooting mechanics. And of course, like I'm in real time, like trying to push buttons as he's describing things.
Okay.
And so yeah, it just like
so
L trigger,
bad stuff happens.
L trigger, murdered a couple people totally by accident. The snap lock focus mechanic
Yep.
works well enough for me to accidentally get an entire town on my butt. So I did manage to evade capture.
And I will have to say, as someone with horrible aim, I'm glad that they have that kind of GTA style aim assist.
Yeah, super functional. Not what I wanted to do in that moment. So I did want to go to the auction. I'm a terrible person, just willy-nilly
Ooh, look how beautiful.
opening up gunfire into a crowd of people. Yeah, so that's when I handed the controller off to you. So
And I had to deal with the aftermath of that.
A bounty on your head, and then you were captured by some law enforcement.
Well, because I got really excited by the fact that you can camp to heal yourself and
did not
bring back your
properly-
dead eye ability and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh man, I can craft too, and I can cook. And like I was getting real into figuring out all the different stuff that you can do when you make camp.
Not realizing
that law enforcement. Oh no! No! Oh. That was my bad driving. Sorry. I got scared and oversteered, and then I was going to fall right off a cliff.
That was another one, too. I think we've gone through like 5 horses already in like...
Just running off cliffs?
So, yeah. While Wes was showing me how to like navigate stuff, he's like, well, let me take you back to the carcass of this other horse that I jumped off a cliff with. Because the terrain will just suddenly evaporate from where you're going. You know, like
Hey,
if there's a switchback, then you'll...
Oh, he's going to try to shoot a rabbit. That's what's happening right now.
It'd be delicious.
Can I try to shoot a rabbit,
Make
too?
a tasty stew out of that.
Oh, is he? Okay, let's jump off. I like that we're just having a conversation about hunting rabbits. So sorry if this whole stream is like us riding horses.
I kind of feel like...
That's actually a critique I've read of this game, is that a lot of people feel like it might be too much riding, and that contributes to the slow pacing.
Yeah. I'll be curious, because, you know,
now I just scared off all the bunnies. I'm a horrible hunter.
Well, but I wanted to ask, because I didn't actually get far enough into, like, I killed a couple people, most of them by accident.
Okay.
What do you think about that dead shot mechanic? Like,
I mean, I think it's cool. I haven't played with it enough yet to get good at it.
But did you feel it was like action movie-y, where we're in the middle of like a Western? You know,
maybe.
Are there a couple like rock star pieces to this game that maybe don't quite line up with the genre as well as they could?
It doesn't bother me because it makes me think of the Gunslinger in the Dark Tower series.
Oh, okay.
And how the Gunslinger is kind of has like an otherworldly ability. He's so good at everything. Yeah. So I'm like, that's just what that is. All right, where am I gonna find some bunnies? I guess I could get out my.
Killing the web. Killing the web.
I guess I could get that out. Did you say go up the hill? Down the hill. What if I crouch? Then the bunnies will never hear me coming.
So stealthy.
Juan, if at any point you're like, I need to hunt me some rabbits, you are good.
No, you do you. Like I said,
Okay, bunnies. Oh, I see some rabbits.
I tanked the pre-show pretty bad, so in the interest of keeping.
Damn it! Now they're all gonna run. My horrible aim. Okay, we're gonna sneak just a little bit.
I like that. I'm actually trying to be quiet. What? Like.
Yeah!
Bam! Deadeye.
That's it. That's all I needed to do for this mission, I believe.
Pick up that rabbit.
Again,
Pick it up.
I could be like, just in the sense of fun, I'm gonna murder all the rabbits. But to me, I'm like, oh no way, man, completed the mission.
And
pick it up, take it back. Go back to Hosea, doing it.
Aww.
I got you a bunny.
It's adorable.
It's a black-tailed jackrabbit. Ooh, my stamina increased. I appreciate that.
Look at that.
Great job.
It's getting late. Reckon we should camp here.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna camp right here. I'm gonna get to cook a bunny, I think.
Right on.
Show my weapon wheel. Beautiful.
I could probably go for an early lunch today.
So yeah, this is your weapon wheel right here. And then if you use right bumper, it takes you to your inventory. So we're gonna go ahead and start a camp.
See, you almost shot him though.
My friend.
You almost shot him. See?
Yes, I'm agreeing with you that the control scheme leaves a bit to be desired sometimes.
There was just such a...
And apparently it didn't do my camp.
What's the euphemism I want to use? Is it unique feel to Rockstar controls? Because like I kind of feel like that's a bug and a feature of how specific they are in how they utilize every single button on the controller and multiple button presses.
Yeah, it's not super intuitive. All right, let's see. So again, I know what you want me to do. You want me to go over to the camp. I'm here. There we go.
There we go. Okay,
Got it.
so I think they're telling me to take the wheel so that they can all laugh at me.
I think that's a great idea. I think that you should do that. Now, don't hunt too long, because the law might come get you, is what I learned.
Because I killed all those people.
We're just camping out with our friends, so X views your crafting menu. You're probably going to cook a bunny, is my guess. Yeah, plain game.
Yep. All right, so let's...
So A is to cook.
Let's just do that.
Yeah, check it out.
Although I gotta say, there are some times, like especially when we're getting into.
You could eat it now if you want, or you could save it for later. I saved some food for us before, so you might just want to eat it.
Oh, okay.
Although if we're gonna sleep, it's a toss-up. If you don't eat for a while, apparently Arthur, your character, gets thinner and thinner, or if you eat too much, you could get stockier, which is interesting.
Okay.
Right trigger is to eat if you want to eat it.
Well, I was trying to.
You want to watch him eat it.
Yeah.
Right off the knife.
Okay.
So you can either cook something else or leave the crafting menu. You apparently have 4 pieces of meat that you got from that bunny or from prior kills.
So I should probably like cook them though, right? Oh no, I think I already backed out then.
Yeah, I'm not really sure in this game how quickly food spoils.
Degrades. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's one of those where like it's raw. If it's raw, it lasts forever, but if you cook it, it has a shelf life. Sometimes that happens in games.
I feel like what'll be really good for a stream is just like watching us sleep. That's always entertaining,
Really?
right?
Okay.
You know?
Well, you know, to each their own. You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Einstein has a knife.
Yeah, Einstein's armed.
That's terrifying.
On our set.
That's terrifying. He's terrifying enough without a weapon.
Robot Einstein with a knife is probably my favorite Einstein.
There you go.
Maybe it's just for Red Dead Redemption 2 today.
So, you know, in actually watching along for what we're seeing in this Xbox, though, there is a kind of an odd, I don't know what word I want to use. It's like an interpolation effect or something, like especially as characters move and their hair goes like screen door.
Yeah.
So like we're holding on him and it looks great, but then there's movement. It almost starts to look like 1080i.
Okay.
Like interpolated frames. I would love to see what like proper video cards could do for a game like this.
It'd be beautiful.
Oh, it'd be so beautiful.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
It's like the Shadow of the Tomb Raider ray tracing demos.
Right.
Gorgeous.
No, I don't want to craft and cook. I want to go do stuff.
They want you to craft.
All right.
They want to teach you how to cook. It's
I know.
Still
Well,
towards
actually,
the beginning of the game.
It's probably better that
Predator bait. Yeah, you're gonna make bear bait.
All right.
So you can hunt a bear. That's awesome, Juan.
We'll never get to that during the stream, though.
We might.
I don't know. I feel like Wes knew that this would be. Hey, Juan's just gonna sit down in front of a campfire. Here's where he should take the
No, you're gonna
controller.
cook some meat and lure a bear and hunt a bear, and it's gonna be awesome. I believe in you.
All right, let me. Well, yeah, I wanted to exit crafting.
Oh.
Hold B to tear down your camp.
You gotta tear down your camp. Okay.
All right, let's see if I can get mauled by a bear. Where's my horse?
Okay, so you gotta get back on your horse right there.
Oh, you're gonna laugh at me on this one too.
Don't shoot your horse, please.
No. I want to invert my camera.
No. This is not a flight simulator.
Oh, whoops. No,
Yeah,
I want to.
don't shoot your horse,
I want to
dude.
get on the horse. It
Why?
said-
Why? Why gets on your horse?
Oh, okay. How do I put my gun back away?
I want to say left trigger, but no, left trigger aims.
So far, so good.
You know, I was in this area with Bessie years ago.
Bessie.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
that is so beautiful to the left.
Doesn't that look cool?
Yeah.
Did you two ever think about getting out of the life?
We did briefly.
Again, I want to see what like our SLI 2080 Ti builds could do with stuff like this.
Well, we'll all keep our fingers crossed that someday we get to.
This horse does not control as well as the one that we had before.
Oh yeah, push left analog stick in to like give him a nice little pat and make him your friend. Just do that every now and then. It's good practice.
Okay.
He's still a new horse with us, so it's gonna take some getting used to.
No, of course not.
Listen, if Dutch's grand plans work,
There you go.
and we can
That's
make
a little
enough
better.
money to go someplace new, really,
Don't shoot your friend. I am nervous with you waving that gun
How
around.
do I holster it again?
chase ourselves.
I'm like
don't-
I'm afraid because like
Just don't right trigger by accident. What happens
right.
if you shoot the story objective guy?
no okay
Sir.
yeah see that just makes me aim again. Is it left bumper? No.
No, just keep it out. Just don't right trigger.
This is where I got into trouble before. I was only halfway listening to Wes. I'm so sorry for people in this room. I'm making you so seasick right now. I do not have a feel for this horse.
Oh, Jose is going to teach us how to fish, I think.
Give a man a fish, feed him for a day.
Okay. Dismount.
Dung, bones, any sign of him.
All right.
Ooh, okay, so press in left and right stick to activate Eagle Eye and find the clue. I haven't done this yet.
Ooh, look at that. Particle effects.
Yeah, get it. Clues are highlighted by an orange trail while in Eagle Eye.
He goes so slow.
Yeah, is there something? Oh, inspect.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
They sure look big enough.
We're going to find us a bear, guys. I'm stoked.
It's him. Can you tell which way he went?
He went this way.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Approach the trail. Man, it really does move that slow, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if there probably is a way for me
It says press RB to focus on the trail. Did you do that?
The right bumper.
Yeah.
This way.
So yeah, now you're just following the trail. If you hit RB again, it'll stop tracking it.
Tracks. Go into those trees.
I really feel
Okay.
like we didn't need to stray off the trail like that.
We were already on the trail.
We were on the trail. Where did it? Oh, it's over here. Okay.
Okay, nice.
So what do you think? Is it gonna be like The Revenant? I'm just gonna get like my face bit off by a bear.
We're gonna be like, cheeseburger, it was great. We missed you. So good to see you.
Oh, did I lose it?
Stop tracking again is RB.
Oh, it's this way.
Is it?
I think
Maybe
so.
you need to do left and
Yeah,
the
let's
trigger
see
again.
again.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you
it
go.
was this way.
Great. You're doing great. And you can focus on it again with right bumper.
No, I'm clicking the right bumper. It's oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, so now we need to find another clue. So this is the Eagle Eye tutorial, apparently.
No, it's not letting
No
me.
luck.
All right. I think
Maybe
I
if
might
you
have lost
stand
it.
first. And then hit them both.
There we go.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, over there.
I like that Jose was crouching too. He's like, oh, are we
Oh,
crouching now?
Okay.
We're crouching now. Cool, I got it.
I got you, fam. All right, now I can inspect.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Something on the ground here.
A half-eaten fish.
I got a snake in my
A
boot.
sure sign of a bear.
But where did the trail go?
You gotta use your Eagle Eye again.
But it said I could just go to get the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
All right. I'm on the trail.
Oh, it's down there.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
your
yeah,
next
I see,
clue.
I
So
see,
the
I see.
trail's taking you to that next clue.
All right. I love that. Like, apparently, I can pick up on pheromones. Like,
It's your super hunting
like
ability.
bear pheromones. No, but
Can you get out of Eagle Eye?
I'm trying. There we
you
go.
go.
Okay.
Go right down to that middle of that clearing. Sorry, I'm trying not to
No,
backseat
no,
game. I'm so
please.
sorry.
Because it's
Something else on the ground. Just here.
there's dung.
There she is here. Watch your step.
He said a
See,
bad
you
word.
were worried about me saying bad words.
Potty mouth. He's talking about poop.
I've gotten a lot better at my
let's
potty
see.
mouth when gaming.
Well, because you got a wee one.
I have a wee one that repeats everything right now. He started saying when he's shocked by things, he goes, "Oh goodness." That's 100%
Good
for
man.
me.
No, I think I lost the trail. Dang it. Did I?
It's right there.
Go into the cave. Go. There's a cave.
No, Wes.
Feet into the cave and punch the bear.
I don't know if you guys can hear
Wes-
Wes off
Wes
camera.
desperately
he just
wants
said, go
me to
into the
do-
cave.
Run into the cave and punch the bear in the face.
Go into the cave and punch the bear in the face is what we've been told.
I was trying to get to, because I figured that we were right on top of this. We got to get to this cut. I can't just go and punch a bear.
I think you should just go and punch a bear.
No, I want to go and punch a bear. The game is not letting me go and punch a bear. That's what I'm trying to tell you is
I
I have
believe
to get to the cut
that you
screen.
can fight the bear. Juan?
Let's
Split up or use bait?
Use the bait.
You're bringing him out.
Let's bait here.
Let's bait here.
Let's leave the bag over there.
At least now there's two of you fighting the bear, as opposed to if you
That's
split
right.
up and just went in by yourself.
Because I'm gonna die regardless.
Nope, you're gonna be
Bait
awesome.
near the large stones.
All you have to do is aim in the general direction and then hold in right trigger, and it should snap to the bear. You just have to get close. Is that what chat said? We hear West fine? That's hilarious.
That's awesome. All right. Where am I dropping this bait? Like here? Is that?
Yeah, you just said by the boulders, so.
It said by the large rocks. I don't know what I'm gonna say. What do I want to do?
Did you already drop it though? I don't see it giving you a prompt. Yellow mark on the mini map.
Well, that's different. I was looking at the.
I like that where you're supposed to go on the mini map just looks like a thumbprint, like a fingerprint thumbprint smudge.
Some.
To the right. Hard right.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Where
open
Jose
my
is.
satchel.
There we go.
Hurry up, will you?
I'm doing it.
Okay, you might have to use D-pad to control him there.
All right. Potent predator bait.
Press A to place it.
Use it. Do it.
Oh, good. Scattered around. Go to the rocks. Follow Hosea. You know the way. Okay.
I run like a dork.
Wait for the bear.
Again, amazing streaming right now.
1,000 pounds, you say? More or less. Big
You ready?
scar down his
You ready to bring down a bear, Juan?
Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your
Nah,
gun there?
I kind of am going for that Revenant thing. I figure the bear's just gonna jump out and see me and maul me anyway.
fine.
So.
You know, if you don't want to use your gun, you can use your left bumper to switch to your bare fists and just go in that way.
Oh, we're doing that. Oh wait, no, go that way. How do you get over to the?
Yep, there you go.
I'm gonna punch a bear. Oh wait, are we inspecting? What's going on? Are we inspecting the bait? The bait was fine. I dropped the
Yeah.
bait. I did what the.
Inspect again.
What? Come on.
This is why. There you go.
Oh. See, we're in widescreen, so the bear's gonna come out now, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Oh man, look at that scar. Oh, Deadeye. Go, go, go. Get him, get him, get him. That was not shooting the bear. Wow, dead.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're done.
Everybody here got their laughs. That was very good. Thank you, Juan.
So I was trying to recreate that Leonardo DiCaprio moment, and I feel like I have accomplished my goal.
I mean, dead
And,
is what it says.
proper dead.
That proper dead. Everyone's dying.
Yeah, this is a game like I can't come in just like with 2 minutes of practice beforehand. There's so much going on.
I think you did amazingly cooking the bait, placing the bait, following Hosea.
No,
Just, you know, when it came down
I did
to
a
the
terrible
actual
job.
bear mode.
Even following Hosea. Like, let's not be kind. Let's call it as it actually lands. Before we head out, there are a few more things we should probably talk about as pertains to the show, like some more deals we want to make sure you know about.
Yes.
So in addition to that MSI Vega card and the Intel NUC we mentioned earlier in the show, we also have those great Corsair deals. So make sure you can you check those out. Make sure you can pick those up while you still can.
Yes, and we also have some sweet gaming laptops that you're going to want to look at, like the MSI GS65 Stealth Thin with the 1060 GPU for $170 off, or the Gigabyte Aero 15W with a 1060 for $200 off. It's a great time to get some high-end portable gaming gear.
It's just so sad because like you see it like in slow motion how I
You're
dive
still thinking
right,
about your bear death.
right into the mouth of the bear.
You're not. You
It's
really did. You
hilarious.
really did roll right into the bear.
It was beautiful. It was like
In
ballet.
Deadeye, too.
In Deadeye ballet. So we also have some deals on audio gear, and I always get excited about the audio ones here. So we have the Onkyo TX NR676. It's a receiver for $35 off, along with a $135 gift card you can use later.
Nice.
That receiver could pair nicely with the Klipsch turntable package that we have on the site there too. So for those of you who are rocking some vinyl, I have a pretty decent vinyl collection. You could maybe check that out for $100 off.
Cool. And
Nice little combo.
lastly, if you're looking for a high refresh monitor, check out the 144 hertz refresh rate display from AXM that's heavily discounted.
Yeah.
And if you've been wanting to up your storage capacity, take a look at the always popular Samsung 850 Evo SATA drive for less than $300 off. That is a super good deal on a 1 terabyte SSD.
1 TB. So that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to everyone out there watching today. Please laugh at me more, especially those of you in the live chat, because I'm going to be doing that myself for a while yet. And again, as always, thank you to the Newegg Ninja team here. I don't feel like you properly prepared me for Red Dead Redemption 2, but maybe that was for the best.
For maybe a more entertaining
everything
show.
else, you guys make us look good, which is awesome. So
Thank
we really
you guys for
appreciate all
being
the work here.
amazing. Everyone at home, join us back here next week at the same time, same place, when we'll be continuing our celebration of Black November and taking a deep dive into the exciting world of tech security.
Nice.
Yeah.
So definitely come back, check that out. This has been Newegg Now, and now you know.
Bye, guys.
Bam.
I'm going to go fight a bear.
Nice.